What do you do when life feels too heavy to carry? When your chest feels tight, your thoughts won't slow down, and no matter how hard you try to stay strong, something inside you is quietly breaking. There are moments when stress surrounds you from every direction: financial pressure, broken relationships, uncertainty about your future, and it feels like you're drowning in problems no one else can see. You smile in front of people, you act like everything is fine, but deep down, you're exhausted, tired of pretending, tired of fighting battles in silence. And maybe some nights, you sit alone, staring into nothing, with tears falling that no one ever knows.
And then Allah gives you a message so powerful, so personal, that it feels like it was revealed just for you in this moment. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Let those words sit in your heart for a second. Not just something you hear, but something you truly feel. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. This is not random. This is not general. This is specific to you, your life, your pain, your situation. If you are going through it right now, it means you have the strength to get through it, even if you don't feel like it. Even if your chest feels heavy, even if your mind is tired, even if your hope feels weak, Allah is telling you, I know your limit, and I would never let this break you. Your pain is... When Allah says, Allah does not burden, pause there for a moment, because this is where everything begins. This is not just a statement, it is a reminder of who Allah is. The one speaking to you is Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, Ar-Rahim, the especially merciful, the one who knows your hidden pain, who sees what no one else sees, who understands the weight in your chest, even when you can't put it into words. So when he says he does not burden, it means whatever you are carrying right now is not zulm. It is not cruelty. It is measured mercy, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Then Allah says a soul, and this is where it becomes deeply personal. Not just humanity, not just believers in general, but your soul, your specific heart, your specific life, your exact breaking point. Allah is not comparing you to anyone else. Your test is not based on someone else's strength. It is designed for you, tailored to you, known only to the one who created you. And then comes the part that your heart needs the most, beyond that which it can bear. Which means what you are facing right now, no matter how heavy it feels, is still within your capacity. You may feel like you're at your limit, like you can't take one more step, but the fact that you are still here, still breathing, still holding on, is proof that you are stronger than you think. Your hardship is not random. It is not meaningless. It is written with wisdom, placed in your life with purpose, even if you don't understand it today. There is something being built inside you through.
But if Allah has already promised that you can handle it, then why does it feel like you're falling apart inside? Why does your chest feel so tight, like you can't breathe properly? Why do your thoughts keep racing, telling you that this is too much, that you're not strong enough, that you're gonna break? The answer lies in understanding who you are as a human being. You were never created to feel in control all the time. You were created with weakness, with vulnerability, with moments where your strength fades so that you turn back to Allah. Your fear, your anxiety, your emotional exhaustion, it doesn't mean you are failing. It means you are human. But in those exact moments, when your guard is down and your heart is heavy, Shaitan comes to you in the softest, most convincing way. He doesn't shout, he whispers. And those whispers don't sound like an enemy. They sound like your own voice. You're not going to make it through this. This is too heavy for you. Look at how tired you are. Just give up. And the dangerous part is, you begin to believe it. You start to confuse your temporary emotional state with your actual reality. You start measuring your strength based on how you feel in your weakest moment, instead of what Allah has already declared about you. And this is where the trap closes in. Because if Shaitan can make you believe that you are incapable, then you stop trying, you stop hoping, you stop turning back to Allah with trust. But pause for a second and reflect. Who defines your limit? Is it your exhausted mind? Or is it Allah, the one who created your soul? When Allah says you are capable, it is not motivation. It is truth. Absolute truth.
Even if every emotion inside you is screaming the opposite,
This is why you feel overwhelmed, not because you are actually incapable, but because your emotions are loud and truth is quiet. Your fear shouts, your anxiety repeats itself again and again. But the words of Allah, they require you to slow down, to reflect, to truly listen. And when you do, you realize something powerful. Your feelings are a moment, but Allah's words are a reality. Your feelings change with time, with stress, with circumstances, but Allah's promise does not change. So yes, your feelings are real. The pain is real. The heaviness in your chest is real. But that does not mean the conclusion your mind is reaching is true. Feeling like you can't handle it does not mean you actually can't handle it.
It just means you are in the middle of the storm, and storms make everything look darker than it really is. And maybe right now, you feel like you're barely holding on, like one more problem might break you. But look at yourself carefully. You are still here. After everything you've faced, everything you've cried over, everything that tried to destroy you, you are still standing. Even if it's weak, even if it's painful, you are still standing. And that right there is proof. Proof that Allah's words are true. Proof that you are stronger than the voice in your head telling you otherwise. Proof that what you feel is not the full picture of who you really are.
And if you ever feel like your test is too heavy, then look at the lives of those most beloved to Allah. Look at the story of Prophet Ayub alayhi salam, a man who had everything. Health, wealth, family, and then one by one, everything was taken away. His body became weak with illness, his wealth disappeared, his loved ones were gone, and he was left in a state where even people distanced themselves from him. Years passed, not days, not months, years of pain, of suffering, of ikhtibar that most of us cannot even imagine to humble. And yet, through all of it, not once did he lose his connection with Allah. Not once did he say, "Why me?" Instead, his qalb remained patient, his tongue remained grateful, and his trust in Allah never broke. And when he finally called out, it wasn't with anger, it was with humility. Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. And Allah responded, not just by removing his pain, but by restoring everything he lost and more. Now look at the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a dark well, abandoned without mercy, then sold as a slave in a land far away from his family. Just when things seemed to improve, he was tested again. False accusations, zulm, and imprisonment for years for a crime he never committed. Imagine the loneliness, the confusion, the zulm he faced. But even in the darkness of that prison, he remained firm. He stayed connected to Allah, calling others to truth, holding on to his faith when everything around him was falling apart. And then, slowly, in a way no one could have predicted, Allah turned his story around. The same Yusuf who was thrown into a well became a leader of a nation.
The same Yusuf who sat in prison was raised to a position of honor and power. These are not just stories, they are reminders. The greatest people, the most beloved to Allah, were tested in the hardest ways. Their pain was not a sign of abandonment, it was a sign of maqam, of elevation, of something greater being written for them. So when you look at your own life, don't think your hardship means you are forgotten. It might mean you are being prepared, because your story is not over yet. The chapter you're in right now, the pain, the confusion, the waiting, this is not the end. Your story is still being written, and just like theirs, what feels like a breakdown today might be the beginning of something beautiful tomorrow. And when this ayah truly settles in your heart, it doesn't just comfort you, it changes the way you see everything. Slowly, your mindset begins to shift. You move from asking, "Why is this happening to me?" to understanding, "This is meant for me." Not as punishment, but as part of your journey. Not to break you, but to shape you into someone stronger, deeper, closer to Allah. Because when you accept that nothing in your life is random, your pain stops feeling pointless. Every hardship becomes meaningful. Every delay, every struggle, every moment of confusion, it all carries something within it that is building you. This is where sabr is born. Not just patience in waiting, but patience in tahammul, in continuing even when it hurts, in trusting even when you don't understand. And alongside it, tawakkul begins to grow, the kind of trust where you stop trying to control everything and instead place your qalb in the hands of the one who controls everything. You start to realize that every hardship you face is not just something you have to survive. It is something that is revealing a strength inside you that you didn't even know existed. Strength in your qalb, strength in your iman, strength in your ability to rise again, no matter how many times life pushes you down. And maybe right now you can't see the wisdom behind your pain. Maybe it still feels heavy, still feels confusing, still feels unfair. But this ayah teaches you something powerful. Just because you don't see the purpose doesn't mean there isn't one. Because Allah never does anything without reason. Not a single tear you've cried is wasted. Not a single layla you spent in pain goes unnoticed. Everything is counted. Everything is meaningful. So when the weight of life presses down on you again, remind yourself of this truth. This pain you're feeling, it has a purpose. It is not here to destroy you. It is here to transform you. And one day, you will look back at this moment and realize this was the turning point that made you stronger than you ever thought you could be.
And now, how do you actually live this ayah? How do you take something so powerful and turn it into something that helps you in your daily life? It starts with something very simple. Pause. When everything feels overwhelming, don't rush, don't panic. Just pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Slow your thoughts down. Because sometimes the problem isn't just the situation, it's how fast your mind is reacting to it. In that pause, remind yourself of the ayah. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Say it again, slowly. Let it settle into your heart. Make it a daily habit, not just when you're struggling, but even when you're okay, so it becomes part of how you think.
Then turn to Allah sincerely, not with perfect words, not with something memorized, but with honesty. Speak to Him about your pain, your fear, your confusion, because the one who gave you this test is also the one who is waiting to hear you call upon Him. And as you make dua, combine it with trust. Trust that even if you don't understand what's happening right now, Allah's plan is unfolding in a way that He's better than what you can see. And alongside that trust, take small steps forward. You don't need to fix your entire life overnight. Just take one positive step, then another. Even the smallest khatwa counts when you're moving with sincerity. And here's something simple but powerful. Write this ayah somewhere you can see every single day. On your phone, on your wall, in your notebook, somewhere your eyes will fall on it when your heart feels heavy. Because in those moments, you don't need a long speech. You just need a reminder. A reminder that you are not carrying something impossible. A reminder that your strength is greater than you feel. A reminder that Allah knows. And Allah has already given you what it takes to get through this.
That thing you're worried about right now, the one that keeps you awake at night, the one that keeps replaying in your mind over and over again, Allah knows about it. That pain you're hiding from everyone else, the one you smile through, the one you don't have the words to explain. Allah sees it. Every silent tear, every tijola feeling in your chest, every moment you felt like you were about to break, none of it went unnoticed. You might feel like no one understands you, like no one truly sees what you're carrying inside. But Allah understands in a way no human ever could. He knows what hurt you, He knows what you lost, He knows what you're afraid of, and He knows exactly how much you can handle. So don't let your heart tell you that you've been abandoned.
Don't let your pain convince you that you're being punished, because what if this isn't punishment at all? What if this is preparation? Preparation for a stronger version of you. Preparation for a level of patience you never thought you could reach. Preparation for something greater that you cannot see yet. Sometimes Allah puts you through the hardest moments, not to break you, but to build something inside you that comfort never could. So when the weight feels too heavy, remind yourself of this truth. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. And one day you will look back at this pain not with confusion, but with understanding. And you will realize that Allah was carrying you through every moment of it.
And before you leave, hold on to this one final reminder. Whatever hardship you are facing right now, it is not forever. No matter how long it has lasted, no matter how heavy it feels, it has an ending. Because Allah wanted that with hardship comes ease. Relief is not far away. It is closer than you think. Maybe not in the way you expect, maybe not in the timing you want, but it is coming. So don't lose hope now, not when you've come this far. And always remember this, the one who tested you is the same one who will heal you.
The one who allowed this pain in your life is the one who will replace it with something better. So trust Him, even now. And if this reminder touched your heart, if it spoke to something deep inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who might be silently struggling, and subscribe for more reminders like this. Because sometimes one message can change someone's entire day, or even their life.